And this is the special Lima edition of Cushion City, and the fabric is from Flamingo Fabrics at Dundee. The idea was that I would add these at the end of my vlogs while we were down here. I could add, Amy found them because they've not, I keep saying, they've not long been moved, and so they were all ready to put back on the beds as they got re-erected, but that just hadn't happened yet. So she was going through things and said you may as well have a look at these as well. So that's why I was going to add one each day on the vlog, but it's not been that kind of organised situation, so I'm just getting around to doing that now, and I will be making more of some of them, and maybe there'll be videos on how to do that. So that's where I am now. There were also some things that I did make for Amy and for David, but that's for another time. But I'm just carrying on gift making through Christmas, not necessarily to give away to anyone specific for Christmas or seasonal. This one is a bed organiser that I put together for one of the children in 2020. I didn't actually make them because it was Christmas. I made them because they'd changed their sleeping arrangements and they were in bunk beds. So we were going to take them at the end of 2020, but the Christmas rule, the COVID rules changed and we weren't able to go and visit. So they did eventually get them at the beginning of 2021. So it's a very simplistic idea. I just I made myself a quilt layer, making the nice fabric for the front and then batting, and then just a background fabric which was some white sheeting, and then these little straps are just to feed one down the back, just to feed one down by the back of the wall and over the loop of the top bar of the bunks. So that's what they were for. There were some poppers, but I never got around to putting them on. I sent the popper equipment in case Amy wanted to put them on, but they were fine just tied. So that's that. That one was for Rowan. Seems I wasn't videoing that one, so I'll just do that one again. So this one is the one for Toby because he loves roads and vehicles, and rather than using a full piece of the patterned fabric when part of it was going down the back, I did a plain back like I did on Rowan's. So there's not that much material used. I did double this up because I made sure it kind of went over the pockets and kind of pattern matched to a certain degree, just because I felt I'd like to, and it worked. And I really enjoyed making them. It was a book cushion that I made from one of Debbie Shaw's books, and the issue we found was that the elastic was not well, it don't matter, we'll talk about that anyway. But that's the one for Rowan because that matches his Teddy's dungarees, and there is a zip in the back and a pocket for a book. And because it kept scooting the book out, I reduced the size of the pillow pad. I reduced the puffiness of the pillow pad, but I can up that spec again. They do find them useful for different things, just more as a lap cushion for holding books against and things like that. But anyway, they're bright and cheery and they both love them, so that's that one. Book cushion that I did for Toby with all his vehicles and roadworks Lego on, because they're also both Lego fans. And that's the little pocket, and you can unzip it so you can change the pillow inside. And the same again with the elastic. It was too dense. The elastic was too dense because you can't pull it tight, and because it creates a gather on the cushion, so it has to be quite substantial, but it was too dense and not enough. I don't know, it just wasn't right. So anyway, it doesn't matter. Yeah, so the same issue with Rowan's, and then it just has a little hanger so you can hang it on something in the bedroom, or a hook on something, or anyway, so that's that one. This was the drawstring bag that the teddy came down in with the dungarees that match this fabric, and it was just quite a very basic drawstring bag. It is lined. I can't remember if it was one that was from Abby's Den or it was from Debbie Shaw, so I'm not sure, but oh yes, so that one's just got a T with pinking shears on it and attached to the tie. That's that one, and it's also useful as a pyjama bag, and you can put your PJs in and other things, and if you're taking something in the car to nannies or whatever you're doing. And then they each had a pencil case, they did, so just a little zippered pouch, same thing. It was either Abby's Den or could have been a few people, could have been Mel at Everything Made Easy, Sewing Made Easy or something like that. It's lined. It's just very basic, but they've enjoyed them. They're kind of relevant to what they do. This stretch jersey, Rowan is absolutely into sharks, and the more lifelike the better. He's not necessarily into cartoon type sharks, so these are he considers them quite sweet. Not everyone would. And this was a little scrap that was left over from the stretch jersey that I had, that I'd made a little, and so I made a little book carrying bag, because he reads a lot and likes to take a few things into the car with him. That is just lined back with itself, so I made a long tube and just sewed it up the back and then turned that in. It's not got any corners on the bottom, it's just a straightforward bag. And that fabric is what I made the little calming blankets with. It was a bit of a trial, that, because they are stretch jersey on the pattern side, on the fabric side, and on the back they are the fleecy stuff. I can't think what it's called anyway. The one that I did the dogs with, which is one is a bit leopardy, and I'll fit those in, the leopardy dog and the tiger dog, and that's to match, because I've sent one for Rowan. I sent a little bag for Toby, and that was some of the fabric that I'd got left over with lorries on. Same kind of thing. That one I sewed the handles to the outside. Can't remember why. I think because I just doubled over this fabric, and so there wasn't a gap to put it in, but it works quite well, and I don't know. They're just handy little things. Rowan's drawstring bag, because he also likes insects. They're very, very variable, these children. And so on there he's got his little, that's just done in fabric with a little bit of interfacing attached, and then appliqued round. So that's that. And again, that's lined, and it's just pulled with some bias tape that I've just knotted at each end and pulled through. These are my more adventurous and more experienced bag making, as I got more experienced in bag making, and this is called the byannie.com Peacekeeper. So it's piece as in keeping pieces, P-I-E-C-E, keeping pieces in, and it's a zipper bag. It's a project bag kind of thing with a zip and a net so that you can see what is behind the mesh, and you can use scraps for it if you want to do the bits that are not visible. So they obviously love Mario and Minecraft again and Mario. So that one was Rowan's. Toby's camouflage phase, when everything was camouflaged. So that is the back, and it's bound, and it has a handle. They all are like this. And then it's got camouflage in. On the other is a blue-grey camouflage. It's a green-brown camouflage, and then the binding is blue. Just do this. The inside bit that you can see is the blue-grey, and it's bound by the blue-grey, but whatever's on this side, which becomes the back, whatever's on this side, you tend to put a little strip of that on there, and they're just really quite handy. And then the joy of By Annie, this one is a free pattern. The joy of By Annie bags is that you buy a larger zip, and everything is toning and contrasting, and there's a free video for making the Peacekeeper, for how to put zips in, how to add net, mesh, and how to make 3 different types of zipper pulls. This is just this one. This zipper pull is a little bit different. I think it's the different one. Oh no, they are the same. Yeah. And they're just the little finishing touches. But By Annie has 3, maybe 4 beginner patterns that you don't pay for. You order off the website, you order the PDF as if you're buying it, but it becomes free. There is no charge for it, and each one shows you a different set of skills from the video, the add-on video that goes with it, and then you can graduate up to the more complicated bags. So there is this one that is the Peacekeeper, and then I have an Easy Does It bag, which I'll put a picture in of it. That's also free pattern, and there are some, I don't know, called Petit Four cases, but they're little baskets, kind of treat baskets. And there's also, though, a pencil case for Lola, which I think is free as well, but works on different principles to these, because all this is about making a quilt sandwich, quilting it through, adding binding, mesh, and binding the whole thing. So they're all more or less the same kind of basics that then you can carry forward and do all the other bags you want to do. So that's that bit for now. I didn't come back to this in vlogging for day 3 or 4 or whatever day it was. This is day 4, yes, this is Sunday. And Emmy's just been for some window. They're quite nice, aren't they? There's a window light, LED light. It's a bit mad, but it looks absolutely lovely here. But on the video, might look a bit bonkers Christmas tree.